Oh gosh. Hi. I tried roaring, but my voice broke instead. I'm a teenager again. Rah! 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 Rah, 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 rah. Rah. You decided to chance it up. I was like, hi, Saradwin. Hi, IRS. Hi, Erland. Hi, Anthony. Don't unpaint my models. I'm gonna punch you now. I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna just after I do. No, I'm not a cat. I'm not a cat. I'm meow, 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 meow. Ow, 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 ow. Why would he do that? Why? That hurt. Also, I'm definitely not opening up Uma Musume. And I'm definitely not, you know, playing that game when I should be streaming. Hi, K-Trax.
I must disappear for 30 minutes. Tenacon is happening. Play Warframe.
Oh, good luck, K-Trax. Thanks for popping in. What are these numbers next to us? Oh, that's the new thing YouTube's doing. Basically, the more you comment, the more stuff they give you. It basically rates the people who comment and super chat the most. Oh yeah, I've got loads of stuff. I'm gonna roll. I got enough carrots to roll. I'm rolling for my kit to some black. Come on, Scout.
Mother, did you watch the summer reveal for Age of Sigmar by Warhammer?
Yes. Oh, darn it. I've not even got the rare version of her card. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I watched it. It was really, really good. I watched some more reviews. Actually, we can go through it. We can go to the website. You want to go to the website? You want to go to our favourite place in the whole wide world? Let me get my gloves on. You want to go to our favourite place? Oh, it's a hi, Ireland. Say hi, Ireland. What is on the menu board today? We literally... Oh, on the chalkboard, that's just Haru Urara going foods, because Haru Urara is a real life
The
horse.
horse addiction is strong in this one. All this from the person who said she'd never get addicted to a gotcha.
Well, it's not a gotcha. Also, I like how YouTube decided to hold your message for review, Erland. That calls me smelly. I'm allowing it through. Saturn 9 box came out last week, and I bid buy it. I did. I bought the box. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. But yeah, there's so many cool reviews. I've been mostly focused on the 40k stuff. There goes all. No, I've not been spending loads of money on it. I've only spent $2,000. I'm joking. I've not spent. I have spent a little bit. A bit more than I really should do, but whatever. Let's go to the Handcam. Where's the Handcam? Handcam. Handcam. Hello. We've been painting these dudes. I have actually been painting them a little bit off stream, mostly just today. Because unfortunately this week I started a new medication and it caused me to be really, really tired. It's starting to wear off a little bit now. But as in like the tiredness side of it. I'm getting used to it. But yeah, I'm trying to make the black more black, as it were. As well as then, like, before, like, I had lots of mist parts over here. And like the white's more vibrant. Well, maybe not for white's as much vibrant white, but I keep missing it. I keep going over the edges and stuff. And then I have to keep correcting it. And it's like, oh, it's taking a while. It's because I got shaky hands and I'm still struggling a bit with anxiety. But oh yeah, don't forget to like the stream, you silly people, darker than black. No, because if you look at like this model here, you can see like, look at this leg here. It's more grey than it is black. Oh, is that I get that you're referencing an anime? I just decided I'll actually respond seriously to what you said. And it's also like the sleeves aren't painted properly. So I'm trying to make it. I'm probably going to have to do multiple runs over I'm doing first a run with Contrast Black Templar over all the models. And then I'm probably going to do a more detailed run with a non-contrast paint, a layer paint, to fix all the other issues. But let me get open the website, because all the preview stuff from yesterday is still here. Oh wait, I got... Why is it not working? It's not appearing automatically. Oh yeah, because of blooming Back to Fleet Gothic issues. Hello, I'm back again. But yeah, here's a big preview thing. So if we go through everything, we start with the very first thing they showed us. New Photon! They might finally get... They didn't announce any books, I don't think. But look, they got a new guy. Burly Aegis. Burly Ignition. Oh, please, no, I don't want to see the Iron Hands patrol again. No, you got to see it. You got to see it. Best patrol ever. But here he is. Known as the Thrice Devoured, Burly is a new special character for the Legions of Photon. Hello, Bloody. How ya doing? Bloody. And he's akin with issues. Burly is the last survivor of the Emberg Igna block, a league utterly devoured by High Fleet Leviathan. He bears the sorrow and bitterness of his lost kin, arriving unbidden to fight alongside of the leagues for reasons that are entirely his own. Unbidden, ooh. I just realised that's not his skin, that's shown both sides, it's just metal. Oh. I am the priest of Grandpa Nurgle. You're a priest of Nurgle. Oh. Iron Hands getting love in this different universe. Is this a different universe? I wouldn't say they're getting love. I wouldn't say love is a word that we're receiving. But Burly carries a bane, a dark star glaive of prodigious power. But his most obvious identifier is the skull of a tyrannid beast he wears as a trophy. In battle, this ferocious survivor is seriously hard to kill. In fact, the first time he falls in battle, on a 2+, he'll get back up again. Oh! Yeah, look at that big old... I think that's a warrior it's meant to be, apparently. Although, when I saw it, I thought it was like a non-emissary. Wait, non-emissary or the other one? Wait, for Monkey Paw, that means something bad is gonna happen. Yeah, you wait until you see the Iron Hand stuff. We've also got an evaluator, a mad scientist, deadly gunner. The evaluator is a member of science guilds that test new technology. We've got a new weapon for transmatter inverter, a weapon that unleashes deadly energies to rupture tissue on a cellular level. It's got 3 fire modes, and at its most extreme, it can trigger lethal atomic transformations. Hi, TA! Also, this new character, which a lot of people from the other little preview things they do, they're like, oh, what's this in the rumour engine? Yeah, a lot of people thought this was going to be Admech. It wasn't. The first Iron King character we've seen for the Leagues of Photon. So this is a robot, fully AI. You can tell by his head. A cunning individual with steepled fingers and a strange floating tethers. It carries a gun, but this is not the main reason to include it in your army. No, the plan is to assign it to a unit of steeljacks and use its cognitor mantle to glorious effect. And here's the street steel jackets in question. Look at these Robo Boys! They're amazing. They're just you know, for men of iron. Hope you're doing well today. I'm doing relatively well. Oh. Steel jackets are units of Ironkin equipped with heavy-duty bodies and equally heavy weapons. We've been blessed by the photo of innate martial talents, allowing them to anchor an entire battle line, shrugging off firepower that would lay even Thunderkin low. So basically, they're as tough as Terminators, actually tougher than Terminators. And they've got ridiculous firepower, and they're good in melee too. But basically, like, this is the closest I think we've gotten to a unit that is basically just, hey, this is Dark Age of technology, common soldiery. They're not quite Men of Iron, apparently. They're like the downgraded children version of Men of Iron, but still.
That's some cute abominable intelligence you got there. Would you like to hear about your Ademptor, the Thalax cyborg?
Maybe. But look, they're cool. Look how cool they are. Look at that power fist and that pistol. But look at that big old bolt pistol. Steel jacket Ironkin, equipped with heavy duty body, blah 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 blah. The new kit allows you to build 2 different types of steel jacket. A unit with bolters and concussion gauntlets, or plasma swords, or one with Volkite Knights disintegrators. These guys are tough, well armed, and have with special rules to back up the talk, including a prey mark crest. Critical hits on enemies within range of an objective receive precision. Oh my goodness! Yeah, this sounds like just for Ultimate Squad to just deal with anything, but it's probably going to be incredibly costly. Oh yeah, they've got their own Earthshakers that are much smaller than Imperial Earthshakers. I did catch them saying that these things are meant to be mining equipment that's been repurposed, rather than an actual mortar designed for war. These high-tech mole mortars are real blast from the past, with a heritage dating back all the way to the Rogue Trader era. Scythian Earthshakers are hybrid of technologies that fire an explosive payload deep under the surface to emerge unexpected amid the enemy. I mean, unless you're fighting like a bunker or like enemies in trenches, I feel like shooting up and over is probably still a lot easier. Each is served by a trio of kin who come with a variety of options. Oh, it can fire breacher or tremor shells. Ooh, and then you got the new bike thing they've got, the new quad bike. The Capricus is a compact light vehicle used by the Handcam Jaegers. The kit has 2 build options: the Defender, which is fast-moving weapons platform, and the Capricus Carrier, which can transport 5 dudes. Oh. So it's basically a bit like an impulsor. Oh. It features distinctive anti-grav repellers and curved armor panels. Oh, and then there's the new combat patrol. It's got Thunderkin. And then I think some just normal troops. And your big old dudes at the back. Yeah, Halfkin Warriors, 3 Thunderkin. Oh, they're the Thunderkin at the back. And 5 Half Guard. Oh yeah, they're the Half Guard. Yeah, so it's really cool. We might actually get more lore with them, and that's nice. Well, that's a really big refresh. The shorts really got all the good stuff this preview though. There's also some new Tomb King stuff, Royal Heralds instead of Princess. And Leech Priests. Maybe they'll release some updated models for Warhammer Total War. But yeah, these are cool new models. And we're also getting a new army book. And there's the other army book that's being released for Cafe. Which I think, what's the name for Empress Woman's also going to be released there. You've then got the new Flesh Court character here. The High Falconeer. And their new Spearhead. Have a Night Haunt. That's a cool looking model. And their new Spearhead. But then Chaos Dwarves are back, but this time in Age of Sigmar form. And they're okay. Look, they're having a new box that's also going to be their Spearhead. But it's the initial box is going to come with a limited edition version of the Codex and stuff. And all the data cards. And look at a big old Minotaur thing. Oh, it's so cool.
This is truly the weirdest timeline. The combat patrol for the artists formerly known as squads no longer contains the entire range. Heresy.
It doesn't. Wait, it didn't even contain any new stuff, did it? I need to check that now. Did it contain any new stuff? What was the character that it included? Inside Bulwark is a new combat patrol. Inside you find, oh, you just find the champion. Oh yeah, the champion. So this has none of the new models in. That's sad. I wanted it to have the new models in. Oh yeah, look at the new stuff we've got. And yeah, the Chaos Warriors. Not Chaos Warriors, Chaos Dwarves. Ah, it's so cool. You got the new, I mean, look at the little hobgoblin carrying a little sign with him. Oh. Well, actually, I think it's meant to be like music thing. You're a musician. But look, they've got this rocket. They got rocket artillery. And this honestly looks like it could be great for guardsman conversions, if I'm entirely honest, you know, for fire ordnance and artillery stuff. Because, I mean, look at it. Just take off the little dwarves here and put some guardsmen on for base. And it's perfect. Especially for like Renegade ones. You love YouTube commercials. But it better not be for Gamba because of alcohol, because I told YouTube, don't advertise that on my channel. Rating army. Oh, but also look at this giant machine thing they've got. It's a bull. That's on its hind legs and it's got cannon arms. It reminds me of, do you know, oh, and it can have big old maces instead. But do you know in Total War where you've got the big old bull thing at the moment, Demon Engine? It reminds me of that, and I think that's basically meant to be the new version. You know, it's a Temu with AI. Oh, I hate those. Ugh. Temo sucks. Also, they got a new mage. I'm not a big fan of the model designs. I wanted them to be closer to the old designs of the Forge Road models. But I think the Forge Road models are a bit controversial with the designs anyway, because they changed a lot of stuff up to make them a bit less derpy. Oh yeah, your new bull centaurs. I think part of it's a colour scheme though, for paint job rather, not for colour scheme. That's a very clean, very smooth, very flat, which is purposeful. If they do that purposefully for the models they plan to sell. Also, where's the Skaven update? There's no Skaven update yet.
The Lizdexia got you that time. I said rattling army. 'Cause they are short. Waste of a short joke. These guys don't have the book.
Oh, they're short. I get it, rattlings. No, rattlings are hobbits. These guys are too broad to be hobbits. To be halflings. Oh yeah, new blunderbusses. Look like that looks like some cannon from Doom, don't you think? Like Dido Doom guy would have it. And same with these things. Actually, those look like they'll be good melter guns. Oh yeah, new hobgoblin units. I don't know if there's any hobgoblin archers here. The Sardan are not alone in their acts of malice. They are vassals of a repugnant form of the hobgoblin vandals who march beside them. These mobs are spitefully jeering thugs. And while neither respected nor trusted by the Sardan, they are nonetheless a useful tool for brokering deals with the cruel boys or dying of their droves in a way to wear down the foe. They don't look as organised as I expected hobgots to be. Or hobgoblins. The new lord is pretty cool though, on the big old mount. Oh, look at that magical thing. That looks like it could be a cool scythe as well. Jumbo hobbits. Jumbo hobbits. Wait, are they all muscular? They're not that muscular, if I'm entirely honest. Oh, wait, Jimbo hobbits. These guys. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe. Maybe they're kind of like Jimbo hobbits. Instead of steroids, they're on, you know, just weird stuff. They're injecting warp stone. But then you've got...
All hail Hashut.
Yeah, Hashut. No, don't hail Hashut. No, Hashut's evil demon god. Also, look at these cool new deer centaurs. They're so elegant looking. Look at the centaur legs. Oh, they're like deers. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Even though it's trying to decapitate me, it's pretty. I want a pet. I want a pet. Just think, all this Chaos Dwarf stuff was just waiting its potential buried until it came out with Total War 3. But End Times blew it all up, so now they're around in Age of Sigmar. Yeah. Actually, wait a minute. Before Fantasy disappeared and before Total War, the Chaos Dwarves did have actually a massive range refresh, and that's what most of the Total War models are based on. But it was all the resin models, all Forge Road stuff, so it was hard to come by. And it was expensive. Oh yeah, more Chaos Dwarf models here. Look at them. Look at them. Well, they're not Chaos Dwarves, are they? They're called Housemiths of Hashut now. I've already got some other stuff over here. That looks cool. Is that Dark Elf stuff? I think it is. Some new skinky stuff, lizard men's things, and some deepkin peoples. So did we give Orion all 10 of his inches? I don't think Orion... Is Orion out? I don't know. Oh, here's some new Skaven stuff. Look, there's a new pack. There's a new Skaven Assassin Clan Eshin pack. Reavers of Ruin for Norspite pack. Reavers of Ruin for Thricefold Discord. Ugh, Slaneshi stuff. The Wormspat, Nurgly stuff. The info Undead is over here. Ugh. Any vampire stuff? No. That's cool, but I really love that model there. Oh, then here we go. Look at that troll. Look at that Trogger. There's a flying squig! There's a squig with wings! Oh my goodness, they call themselves Duradin. Duatais or ding-dongs, we all know what they are. There's a flying squig. Oh my goodness. And then here's some night goblin-y stuff. Some ogres with Noblars. And some of those guys. Flappy Squig. Oh, I want a Flappy Squig game. Games Workshop, get on it right now. I've a Nock Plastic Mastodons. The tiny ones, though. The tiny Imperialis ones. Lots of cool stuff here. Yeah, if you like Imperialis, there's a few new things coming your way. And then there's also a new Assault Squad kit for Horus Heresy. Got some cool stuff in. These would be really good for Raptors and, you know, just Chaos. If you play 40k, these would be really good just for Chaos in general, because they got loads of the cool axes and heavy weapons. It's really good. You might want to give them tactical rocks if you want to replace Raptors, though. Then they were talking about for Saturnine getting their individual release. They also showed off Saturnine in different colours and configurations. Oh yeah, there's a new book series from the Black Library coming out. Ashes of the Imperium for Scouring. Flatpath Squids. Flatpath Squigs. Well, I don't like Imperialis, but I do like Tiny Titans. Go back a second, because the Titan on the cover, I think. Oh no, that's the wrong one. New Breacher Squads too. I don't think they went for some preview, were they? Yeah, here you go. here's your Legions Imperialis. It does include Titans. War Master Titan. Look at that guy with a shield. That salamander. He looks so evil, does that salamander? Forges of Saturn. Journal Tactics. But yeah, new book. Look at Dawn and this dude just talking to one another. And there's a cool art. That's like a full art. And this is after Sanguinius is dead and the Emperor was injured. As you can see, Sanguinius isn't here with the other Primarchs. And instead, it's the new Chapter Master of the Blood Angels. And you've got this dude here. This is where Dawn disagrees with, what's his name, I think? Gulliman. Where Gulliman wants to split up the legions into chapters, and Dawn is like, that's stupid. I want to go on a crusade to avenge our fallen. Yeah. Just a serene plasma war master, sorry. You won't pass so fast to weapons look strange, I need a double take. Okay. Okay. Don't worry about it. The traitor legions flee terror in disarray. Hounded by the remaining loyalists, both sides hunger for every scrap of vengeance they can extract. Oh. There'll be new cast of characters including a bitter Iron Warrior, Artag Fekon, Jealous Word Bearer, blah blah blah, Chief Librarian of the Ultramarines, Praeto, blah blah blah. But here we go. New, now here's the cool stuff. Vulcan is lifts. Vulcan lifts like he's got a big old power fist and a big old spear. And you can have him without his helmet. It's like, oh. Ah, look at that cool head. Ah, he's so cool. And Lysander's a chunky boy, though. Lysander is chunked up. He's at least as big, apparently, as Logar in terms of, do you know whether... What's it called? You got the new Space Wolf thing? Where is he? Terminator, yeah. You got him. Apparently he's going to be not that far off this size. And I think it's going to be bigger than the individual model itself. Because they're showing the models next to one another for various things. So they're showing off this guy and this guy, as well as just a normal captain on it with a jetpack. And this guy was almost as big as him. Like, with his giant tactical rock and being up here. Look how cool he is, by the way. The Raven God. Hi, the mongoose. That's not he lives, Vulcan. That's the chapter master. No, he's not a chapter master. Vulcan isn't a chapter master. He's a forge father. That doesn't mean his chapter. The chapter master is different to Vulcan Histan. Good old forge father, good old salamanders. I think it's different from the... Let me check. Salamander chapter master. Tushan. Yeah, Tushan is a chapter master, not Vulcan Histan. I've been struggling to mod a game to make it look all shiny, but one texture thing makes it crash. Is it rather fitting that a Python-based system would fight me? Oh no. Oh no. Can you win, Mongoose, though? Can you win? I want to get into Legion Imperialis. Pardon me, sorry. We're too deep into Istefan 5. Get into Imperialis. Just Imperialis at Istefan 5. But yeah, Lysander's massive. I kind of want to get this model and convert him into a Templar. Here's a Raven Guard, dude. Yeah, Schweig is no longer the chapter master of a Raven Guard. Look how cool this dude is. He's got 3 incredibly cool heads, especially this head. I love it. This head gains extra hair there for some reason. Oh. Just eat it. Conjure, I have 2,000 normal size space means I'm too deep. 200, sorry. No, 200's not deep enough. Get 2,000. 2,000. How many space means do I have? Well, there's 21 here. And there's another 40. Oh, no. There's like 500 of them. I kind of have to eat it, which means putting up with very muddy textures because the game was also on Switch. Oh no. Throw for Raven. Lager! Blooming lager! But yeah, Shrike decided he had enough being a chapter master and quit, and he now put the first captain, Sean, as the new chapter master, which is cool. These guys look derpy here, these little flying servo wing things. You know, with the purity seals, keeping them there. But the rest of the model is so cool, I don't mind it. Kanokvar this is the new Iron Hands character, and he is the... which captain is he? Do you amplify the chapter's creed more than Kanokvar, the Iron Captain? Does that make him the first captain? He's a mercenary and efficient warlord. In fact, some say that his left eye is the last original part of Kanokvar, with the rest given over to a blessed machine. Ooh, yeah, look, his left eye is shining through. If you're wondering what this thing here is, it looks a bit rude or lewd or whatever, but it's actually just a holographic image of like a temple. Iron Hands gets in a new character, it's not on my bingo card. It's about time they got a character. Like hype underdeveloped compared to other chapters, it's true. By the way, you might not realise from this guy's stance and height and stuff, he's a Terminator. He's in Terminator armour. And that's why he's got the big fat storm bolter like that. He's actually Terminator. See, you can see from his back. Terminator. Like all members of Clan Athlin here, Thor feels little more than burning hatred for his chapter's enemies, but he maintains an outward appearance of cold and stoic logic typical of the Iron Hands. His extensive suit of bionics and data tethers feeds real-time battlefield data into his mind. Ooh. And then White Scars get a new character that's actually on a bike. A grass bike, would you believe it? This is one of the chapter's mightiest heroes. He led the 5th Company for over 2 centuries before being awarded command of its veterans. Oh, so is he first captain now? Yeah, he's so cool. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, it's a cool bike as well. And there's new combat patrols of them all. I think most of the combat patrols are pretty good. The Salamander one, it does have him in again. But I think these are meant to be more for new players, or do you know, to supplement. If you buy this combat patrol and the generic Space Marine combat patrol, you're meant to have like a decent-ish army. I think that's the aim. Or if you buy like the starter set and this a combat patrol, you have a decent army in the end. So as you can see, it's got the Rathis guys eradicators with the melter guns. It's got 2 squads of 5 or a squad of 10 Infernus Marines, a squad of 5 assault intercessors, a weird the ATV that has absolutely no suspension and rides way too low to the ground, sorry, and has a gun over the guy's head, and it's got the named character that's currently out. It's a bit sad that it's a named character, but he can easily be converted into a different character, into a generic character.
Salamander's one has theme. The theme is burn the Eldar children. What? They had a knife. Melting the small elf was self-defense.
was self-defense. I was like, hi, Bob, don't call me stinky. I just got a 9-star for you. Have you seen, Bob? Have you seen? I got a 9-star in Uma Musume. So you can borrow it. It's got 3 stamina stars and 6 speed stars. Also, the Imperial Fist is probably the best one. It's the only one, as far as I can tell, that clearly has the upgrades through inside the combat patrol. You can tell because if you look here, that little shield has an Imperial Fist on it. Also, I think you can see the Imperial Fist isn't just transfers and for shoulder pads. But yeah, this one's pretty good. You get the Terminators, you get the Honoured of a Chapter, the Chapter Hero thing, which is really cool. This is one of the best box sets you can buy. Like, for just kit bashing, this is amazing. And they just got 5 normal intercessors and 5 heavy intercessors. You can tell because that guy's got a heavy bolter. And then graphics armor over here. I think graphics armor looks like it.
I have returned.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll play Warframe?
Hi K-Trax, maybe. I have been requested a few times before. But it looks like it requires a lot of time. Oh, nice, didn't see it. Definitely will be using. Yeah. So yeah, this is a really nice combat patrol. The Raven Guard one, some people really complain about this. Like, it's like, oh, they're just throwing models people don't use into it. It's like, what do you mean? Phobos Marines are cool. People actually, just because they're not meta doesn't mean people don't buy them. And it's like, the Invicta Warsuit's really cool. It's definitely Raven Guard themed. 10 Phobos, definitely Raven Guard themed. And 5 Assault Marine people. Assault Intercessors with jetpacks. The Monkey Paw has code. And here's the Intercessor and there's a Captain with a jump pack on. Pretty cool, pretty cool. It's actually not worth a lot, mind you. It's only like 144 quid. And I can't see any of the Raven Guard upgrades through here. They might have it, but I don't see it in that kit. And then here's a worst one. The Iron... Although I actually have been on the Iron Warriors Reddit, and there's quite a lot of people defending this combat patrol. Because Fire Strike turrets, people are like, why do you want a Fire Strike turret? They can't do anything. They can't capture objectives. Like, actually, they can move. Fire Strike turrets are very similar to Imperial Guard heavy weapon teams or artillery stuff. They can move around. They can fight in combat. They're basically just infantry with vehicle weapons on them. They are also pretty tough. They're not actually that bad. They're not meta, but they're not exactly bad. How do I gain XP? Just chat more. Apparently super chats are also worth way more. Worth way more. But don't worry about it. I don't think... I don't care about the top fans thing. I don't think it looks that bad. Just needs 5 Terminators. It's also got a tech... Actually, yeah, that's the thing, though. If you do go and just buy the normal combat patrol or the starter set, I wouldn't really suggest it because it absolutely sucks for normal combat patrol. Let's get off them and just go to Space Marines. Let's go Ultramarines so it's more bland. Let's find it. Let's go down. Where is it? Did I miss it? Oh yeah, if you buy the starter set, so if you're coming into a game and you're like, I like Iron Hands, I'm going to buy the starter set. So look, you get 5 Terminators, a Terminator Captain, 5 Infernus Marines, and a Librarian. And then you get this, and you've got 10 Heavy Intercessors, a Tech Priest, and 2 Fire Strike whatevers. It's not bad. It's not the worst. It's worth about 149 quid. Once again, I don't see the... upgrades through for the Iron Hands here. So, you know, hi Talan! XP does nothing, it's just a weird YouTube thing. It's supposedly to push engagement in chat. Yeah, I think it's mostly to try and get people to do super chat donations. How are we doing today? It's fun. Look who showed up. We're having fun. But let's find, where is the combat patrol? Did I miss it entirely? I probably did. Scrolling too quickly. Have they gotten rid of the Space Marine combat patrol? Is it being replaced? Oh, by gosh, I hope our combat patrol is being replaced. Because it oh, there it is. Yeah, if you just buy the combat patrol. The combat patrol, by the way, would never recommend. It's 100 quid. There you go. There you go. Oh. Always. Yeah, it's 100 quid here, but when you scroll down, how much is this? It's 130 quid for a starter set, and it has everything. Oh no, for the ultimate starter set, that also includes terrain. Or you pay 67 quid. You get everything that's in that combat patrol, except for librarian. For 67 quid. So if you buy this starter set for 67 quid, and then you buy this, you got yourself a decent Iron Hands army already there. Buy a dreadnought as well, and you're gonna have a very good army. So it's not the worst, it is very on theme. And I have seen a bunch of Iron Hand people defend it, but still, I kind of think it sucks. Yeah, and you can sell the Tyranids, because that's basically the Tyranid combat patrol right here. Because if you go to the Tyranids, Xenos armies, Tyranids, and look at their current combat patrol. Ow! Hi, Tony the Tanuki, how you doing? Where is it? Did I miss it again? I'm very good at missing these things. It's because a combat patrol sucks so much I try avoiding looking at it. Are they getting a new combat patrol or something? Because I don't know how to see it. I don't see it here. Yeah, but you can always sell for Tyranids you get in it. What combat patrols do you think have the most value? Of the new ones, the Imperial Fist one definitely does, from what I've seen. Because it's about, you get about 170 quid worth of stuff from it. Because you also, it looks like, I can't guarantee, but it looks like you get the Imperial Fist upgrades through, which none of the others look like they have their chapter specific upgrades through. Oh yeah, this one's pretty good. This one's also going to be worth quite a bit, I imagine, because I imagine he's going to be about 34 quid, maybe more, maybe 40 quid. It's hard to tell, but I'm guessing about 34 quid since that's what the... where is he? Chaplain on a bike costs. The Space Marine Combat Patrol absolutely has zero value to it. It absolutely sucks. Where is he? I was looking at him the other day. I swear he was higher up on this. I always go to the Ultramarine ones because they have less extra stuff in them. Is he sold out or something? Chaplain on a bike, da 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 da. Chaplain on a bike, da 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 da. I'm probably missing it every single time because I suck. Now what is the worst combat patrol? The Space Marine one currently. If we just look at combat patrol here, can we see the Tyranid one here? Gene Stealer doesn't count. No, we don't see the Tyranid one here. This one's the worst one. Because you can literally buy the starter set for 67 quid and have almost everything that comes into here. On top of this is only the push fit version of every single model that's here. So you don't even get all the cool spare parts that a normal Terminators would do. Like, this one, you could build the Terminator here with the missiles or the heavy flamer. or with the assault cannon. This Terminator can only be the assault cannon. Equally, you can have power sword, you can have all power fist, you can have chain fists, and you can have all the head. You got multiple different types of heads, multiple different types of shoulder pads. You got so much going on in this kit here. These 5 Terminators. These 5, nothing. You get 1 spare head, that's it. Worse than the Sons of Behemoth. Which one's the Sons of Behemoth? Oh, the Gargant one. Yeah, that's not a bad price though for a Gargant one. 3 of the same model. 3 of the same model is not bad value. But when literally this one you can buy for 67 quid and have loads of extra spare bits. This one, it costs you more money to buy this
I
than buying
legitimately
the
thought
models
they said they were
separately.
the Sons of Beer.
You legitimately thought they said the Sons of Beer. But I mean, also, if you were to buy the things in this kit separately and not the push fit versions, the Terminators will cost you about 40 quid. This guy will cost you about 28 quid. These 5 you can't buy separate. Actually, you can buy them with paint separately. You know what? Open link in new tab. We'll keep that there. So we can go back to Space Marines. Also, I want to find the chaplain on a bike. Where is he? Have we gotten rid of him or something? Or was he just not on the Up to Me page for some reason? Yeah, Inferno Squad is 37 quid, but you're only getting 5 of them, so that's £18.50. Where is the chaplain on a bike? So £18.50, £42.50 over here for Terminator. That's 61 quid. 61 quid so far that you're saving. Oh yeah, you could also buy this introductory set, which gives you 5 of them and some paints and everything else for 42 quid. Then you've got the Terminator Captain, £27.50, so that's £88.50. I've already got a Librarian in Terminator armor. Let's find a Librarian in Terminator armor. That's a normal Librarian. That's a normal Librarian. You know what? Librarian. There you go, 25 quid, and it's the same push fit model. So all in all, 88 quid, 50 plus 25 quid, £113.50. So you save £13.50 if you wanted to buy everything separately, but you get none of the spare parts that you would get if you bought them separately. Or you can just buy the starter set, add this guy on, and you'll have a load of spare stuff. It's really, really bad. Like 25 quid plus the starter set price of £67.50. That's £92.50. So you're saving money by not buying the Combat Patrol. You get all the same models, plus all the extra Tyranid models, plus the rules, plus some dice. It's like, why would you ever buy this Combat Patrol? Don't buy this Combat Patrol. Don't buy this Combat Patrol, never buy it. It sucks. It's the worst. Just buy the starter sets again. What's the difference between... Yeah, it's just slang, sorry. Quid and a pound are the same thing. Like, just if we just go over here, 40k, start here. Starter set, £67.50. You get your Furthest Means, you get your Captain, you get the same Terminators, you get all these extra stuff, you get some measuring sticks, you get some dice, you get all these rules, you get a cool box. Or you buy the Ultimate Starter Set, pay 30 quid more, And you get some too cool terrain. You get this cool map. You get even better rulers. And you have the same models and some more Tyranid stuff. It's like, what? You can also spend 22 quid to get 3 Infernus Marines, 5 paints, and a paintbrush. And it's like, oh, or you buy the introductory set to get 5 of those goods. So. But yeah, okay, where's the chaplain by for? Because I swear he's 34 quid. Chaplain. Primaris chaplain on a bike. Here we go. Yeah, 34 quid. So I'm guessing that this guy's going to be at least 34 quid, maybe 40 quid. Maybe £42.50. That's what I'm guessing. So this isn't a badly priced one. I also like this. It's very good for white scars. You get an impulsor, which I like. Some people don't, but it's a really cool model. It's not many points though. This is not... Bikes are not worth many points because otherwise you wouldn't be ever use them. This is not worth many points. That's not worth many points. I imagine he might be quite expensive though, since he's got a dreadnought weapon on him. He's got a tank weapon as part of his model. He's got a Gatling gun. He's so cool. Also, have you seen this cool thing over here? Look. You can buy a helmet and it's fully wearable. And it's on Dry Toy. It costs like 200 quid though, so I wouldn't buy it. You're much better spending that on gacha. And when you got the new Combat Patrol, I won't be getting this one because it's got nothing I'm really interested in it. But look, apparently this kit's going to have loads of cool shoulder pads in for lots of different faction chapters.
Coward.
He looks so cool now, but now where is like some... I hope they do get some of their own floaty bikes. Like, I think there's going to be a bigger Salamander release down the line. Because I have heard that Salamanders are after Black Templars. So I imagine that one character isn't just the only thing Salamanders will get. But yeah, the new Death Watch are cool because they got shoulder pads on all sorts of different factions. Like really minor chapters and stuff. So I might eventually just pick up this box set anyway, just for some kit bashing. But I won't pick up the full box set just like this kill team. But the new Necron stuff looks really cool though. They're basically janitors of the Necrons. And the new terrain set is cool, but it's definitely for... This is not the type of terrain you'd really use much in 40k. Outside of like combat patrols, small missions, boarding action missions. No, people are very hyped for the terrain. Yeah, I imagine a lot of people would like it. Personally, it's not my cup of tea. Janitors. Yeah, so this represents a tomb mode that is not yet awakened. Hi, Siphon. Favourite faction. Wait, which one is? Chat was constantly asking for Grey Knights too for some reason. Yeah, Grey Knights is apparently going to get a new codex soon. We've already seen the combat patrol they're going to get and the new model, which is basically just an upgrade sprue for one of the models they do have already. Oh, asking me your favourite faction. You say that one of these is your favourite faction. But yeah, these guys are people who caretake. So the janitors of the tomb mode. They caretake the tomb mode before it's awakening. And the Death Watch are here to, I think, basically remove a tomb mode as a problem before it becomes a problem. Like before it awakens. While these guys are the ones taking care of a tomb mode before it awakens. So that's what this entire battle is for. The terrain is really cool though. Like the terrain is hype. Like look at all those necks. You could make kit bash all sorts of stuff from this as well. And objective markers. Nah, I've got to go to the tomb mode to loot all the copper cables. Nice. Geomance is a woman apparently. Oh, that's cool. It's a story I read, like a short story about Necrons. And it was a geomancer fighting off, I think it was like a geomancer or something. It was basically a caretaker of a fort and for fending off some intruders, and the intruders turned out to be Tyranids. And then when she went on the outside of the world, pushing the Tyranids back, she was like, oh my gosh. Every Necron is genderless except this one. No, the Necrons aren't genderless. They all had gender back in life. And a lot of them retain that gender in, or like retain that identity in their new bodies.
They have no peanuts.
They don't have peanuts. Oh, son of Bender. Oh my gosh, it's Tom. Whatever she was called. Oh, from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Toph. I don't know how you pronounce it. But yeah, these are all the new stuff that was announced in the preview. Also, if you want to see what's new out today on the pre-orders. These are from last week for Saturnine and for Tacticals. But yeah, you got the new Age of Sigmar stuff of the floaty dwarfs, the floaty short boys. You got the new corn stuff for Age of Sigmar. Yeah, new dice, new corn dice. Get yourself some corn dice. Wait, who are those for Karnak? The Claws of Karnak. It's these things. You get a Pack Lord, a Hound Brutalizer. You get a Flesh Hound, you get these cool guys, you get this big old man here. Look at that.
All of your
man.
unfinished Black Templars cry out because they wish to be finished.
I know, but we got stuff to look at. Also, we got this cool dude. Who is not worth 23 quid in my personal opinion. Wait, who was putting corn inside of resin dice? Ah! Wait. Here we are. Models. We came to the stream for Handcam painting. It's called a plugin. And I should probably redo for right here. Touch it up a little bit. Yeah, these guys, I definitely need to get the blacks painted to look darker and to be less broken up. Okay, let's get this white ink onto this model. Let's make this.
One hour later, the painting can start.
Yeah.
Can't wait for one panel to be started and then straight back to the website.
No, we're not going straight back to the website. 1 hour in. Look, there was a big preview yesterday and people were asking for it to be shown off. But people just demanded this, like saying, no paint preview, no paint preview. You weren't here for all the shouts and the demands. They even took hostages to land. You don't understand. Anthony, you were here for it. Tell him. Tell him. It wasn't just me making stuff up so that I could distract myself from painting. We should have done a reaction stream. Nah. You don't understand. The handcams are my reaction stream. Oh yeah, you should come to the Discord, by the way. Anyone who's not on the Discord, we were all having fun yesterday watching the preview and being like sharing our reactions. To it. There you go, that's a brighter white there. Pff, you can't even see the skull anymore. So shiny. For a demand, it was please don't torture a poor Iron Hands fan with a patrol box. What did they do to you? Nice Templars, thank God. Do you want to see what we did to Tigerius? Do you know, for Ultramarine Librarian? We got him in a Combat Patrol magazine. So I had to do... You know, we don't appreciate librarians over here in Black Templar Corner. So I converted him into a chaplain. Yeah. There's a lot of work to do still on this chaplain. Oh my goodness. But yeah. Where'd he go? ISW05. You put in known oil. Okay. Where's my known oil? That's Shai's purple. Shai's purple is close to known oil. Oh my goodness, you're being a cupcake.
Yay!
Cupcake.
Hi. Hi. What do cop moth doing? I'm not a moth. I'm not a moth. You're a moth. Hi, Paint Games. What do you think of the new Photon models with the Tyranid on its back? I think GW is teasing a new knits. It could be new Tyranid warriors. Definitely. I heard someone say they said it was a Tyranid Prime. Like a Tyranid Warrior Prime. Which would be cool to have a Tyranid Warrior Prime who wasn't, you know... flying. It would also be cool if they released flying warriors. I hope if they do a new warrior kit, it includes wings to make them fly. So which god is better, Gork or Mark? Well, Gork is cunning, but brutal. And Mark is brutal, but cunning. Or is it the other way around? Oh, whichever, it's fine. I like Mark, personally. Because he's a cunning one. He's the one that makes my shooty shoot harder. What, like the old editions of Primes, where it's just a HQ toys that you build with a warrior box? Yeah. I'm not a cat. What I'm hoping is that, what I'm imagining they'll do is it'll be same as Hyper-Adaption Ravenous. The Tyranid Warriors are going to be bigger than the Ravenous. So there's only going to be 3 in a box. You're going to have an option to make them winged instead. And there'll be an option to make a Tyranid Prime. Which will be a HQ version. But the HQ version will still include 2 warriors. So it won't be a Prime that you make out of a box. The HQ version of a Prime on foot will always have 2 warriors flanking him. While the... And he can be added then to a warrior squad, giving you a squad size 6. But for warriors, will already be able to go to squad size 6, meaning you can go up to a maximum of squad size 9 with your warriors, if you put a Prime into the unit. That's what I'm imagining. I'm imagining they'll also release a data sheet that makes warriors battle line. So then you can get 9, 18, 27 plus a further 18. So that's 45 warriors in a single army. Yeah, that's what I'm imagining. Don't try to disprove my hopes and dreams. I pray for Shrikes. Shrike! What's this about Shrike, sorry? Oh, I thought you were meaning Shrike as in, do you know, for Raven Guard Captain. Not Chapter Master, Captain. It's Captain Shrike now. Again. I hope us NIDS players get new gargoyles since the current ones look bad compared to the rest of the guards. I don't think they will release new gargoyles, personally. I mean, they do look kind of bad, but they were... They're as old as a Carnifexus. But also, I don't think gargoyles are popular enough for them to want to release new ones. At least not yet. Nits will get nothing. GW is going to add more leagues of photon models instead. Honestly, that wouldn't be bad, but I doubt that. I think this is the last time we're going to see leagues of photon new models for about 5 years. Going by GW's way of doing things. It depends though. If the leagues of photon prove to be really popular for new models, they might just start releasing them in like massive droves. Oh no! Oh no! I got paint on his skull face. I got paint on your face, you big disgrace. Waving your axe all over the place, singing, please get that paint off me, the paint off me. Please get it off my face. We need more Chaos Dwarves. I was surprised just how much we released for them. Other than that, bring out a new Dimacreon model because I want to Lictor on a Void Rage. If I had money to buy figures and paint, I would make all Nurgle units in like a Christmas. Like creatures. Oh, you make Nurgle like units into Christmas like creatures. Oh. We said Photons are going to get 21 data sheets this codex drop, so no new added models to the current new ones. Makes sense. To be fair, this new range stuff is actually really, really good. It puts them in line with other codexes and factions and stuff. Oh gosh, my hands are not ready for this. So I'm getting notifications, just need to make sure nothing's important there. Yeah, Angip, I gave some random right score a bike, but took Moondraken from my boy. I have no idea what you're on about. 2025 Year of Chaos, no. 2025 Year of Dwarves, yes. Why do people always go on about the Year of Chaos? The Year of Chaos is over. The Year of Chaos ended like 2 months ago. The Year of Chaos wasn't 2025. It was started last year. Around June time or something like that. And it ended this year. Like a month, if not 2 months ago. So 2025 wasn't the Year of Chaos. It was basically like a 12-month period. So it was like a financial year rather than a actual year. So if you don't know, a lot of financial years, they start and end with the tax season. So that means they don't start like in January and end December. They start middle of the year. But yeah, like, there's loads of Chaos stuff releases. Loads of them. And that wasn't just, like, you had the Warriors of Chaos in Old World. You had all the Skaven stuff counted as Year of Chaos. You had all the releases in Age of Sigmar. All the 40k releases. All the Horus Heresy Chaos stuff. All the Imperialis Chaos stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of Chaos stuff released. And it's like less year of the Dwarves and more like single month of the Dwarves at the moment, where in a single month they've announced Chaos Dwarves and Photon stuff and released Age of Sigmar stuff. So yeah. Year of Chaos because of the 4 new Chaos Legion codexes plus Chaos Knights. Yeah, but no, it's already ended. Because like, they were talking about Year of Chaos last year as well. I don't know. Maybe I'm being crazy. I swear I read stuff about it. Because it ended with a night of the Year of Chaos. And it wasn't just the 4 Chaos Legions, it was the Age of Sigmar stuff as well. You're crazy, but that's fine. Maybe. Maybe I am. I won't be satisfied until all NIDs are updated and all obscure lore and old retcon NID models are brought back. I mean, you're more likely to get that than your Dark Eldar getting a range refresh.
Every year is a year of chaos, 'cause chaos can't stop winning. Just as long as Abby doesn't try to get involved, that is.
Oh, goodness. Okay, does Chaos win tournaments? Very often. I know in the past if they did like mini tournaments, but this was before they ended up really going, you know, properly all in tournaments. Chaos absolutely sucked. Oh my goodness, I sucked at drawing on that line then. Now whatever, I'll go over lights again. Bye. Yes, especially goodbyes into her bush. Maureen, hello Maureen! Oh gosh, let me push that out of the way. Chaos absolutely sucks. I'm joking. I've got my own chaos stuff. Oh yeah, new Combat Patrol magazines arrived. We're gonna look at them next week. I decided I wanted to paint today and tomorrow. It's got Arc stuff in it, as well as Chaos stuff. Okay, 5 Chaos Terminators, 5 Wraith Guard, and an Arc War Boss, and 2 paints. I am kind of a bit fed up of seeing people complaining though. Sorry, Chaos fans. I have to take a pot shot at Chaos's favourite 1 for 12 failure at every opportunity. You know, the 13th Crusade was still a failure, I think. It was aimed to take over the galaxy. All he did was split it in half. No one won. And he still lost the Black Fortress. It's like, I split the Imperium in half, and what did it cost? Everything. What did the Imperium lose? You speak to a random Lord of Terror and it's like, hey, do you know for the 13th Crusade, how much did the Imperium actually lose? And he's just like, nothing of value. It's like, okay, I don't think half of the Imperium counts as nothing of value. Well, let me bring out this man named Belisarius Carl, and I'll show you how the Imperium is now actually stronger after we got split in half. I do find that funny where the Imperium is actually the strongest it's been in forever, despite being currently split in half. It's got Primarchs back. I am really, really inaccurate today with this brush. Oh my goodness. Yeah, half the Imperium apparently no big deal. It's more powerful than ever. Space Marine chapters are larger. There's more of them. They got better weapons, better technology. The Space Marines are bigger. The Guardsmen are better equipped than before. There's more of them than before. We've got new tanks and new vehicles. We've got Primarchs. It's like, look at all this stuff. The Imperium should be split in half more often. We get all this cool new stuff every time it gets split in half. Actually, wait, that's true, because didn't it get, like, split in half, kind of? Oh, goodness, I just knocked over this.
We lost half the Imperium, but a Mechanicus warp squirrel was allowed his heretical project. We were desperate, and now you're screwed.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do is actually make the Imperium desperate, because usually the Imperium stays in, like, this kind of, cycle where it's just slowly deteriorating into nothing. It's very, very slow, but it is deteriorating into nothing. But as soon as you make them desperate, they start progressing again. And they start advancing and, you know, trying to do stuff. And suddenly, it doesn't regress anymore. It goes forward. Like, in the Horus Heresy, didn't they get split in half and then afterwards it became more powerful again? It's stupid. Oh my gosh, that's a really nice gold right there. That's a really nice gold. That's my hair. Oh. I need to figure out how to paint that colour. Don't make me get the soul guns out the closet. You know, hurt us again, and we're going to go to the Leagues of Photon and say to them, hey, you help us solve our problems and we'll help solve your problems. In other words, do you know where you got advanced sciences researching new tech and bringing about back for old tech, including, you know, Men of Iron? Yeah, help us do that and we'll help fix your memory issues of your big machine gods. Because that's actually a funny thing. Isn't the Imperium actually perfectly capable of fixing that problem for them if the two of them became friendly enough? Imperium winning equals limbo. Imperial losing equals strongest faction. Plot armor. It's not really plot armor. It's kind of just... I mean, it is plot armor, but I was saying not plot armor because at least it's fully explained even before it happens. Like, the Imperium winning is basically the Imperium gets in its act together. That's the entire Imperium's winning scenario. If the Imperium gets its act together and starts advancing once more, none of the factions really stand a chance. If the Orcs decide to get their act together and all follow one war boss, none of the other factions as they are stand a chance. If the Chaos Gods can all stop bickering for long enough, that they all support one dude fully, not just partially, but fully, and they get behind it, then every other faction's screwed. The big thing is that outside of a Horus Heresy, that's not really happened, and even within the Heresy, there's just so much infighting amongst them that they couldn't really work together. Necrons, if they actually wake up properly, like more for 2 modes, wake up without being destroyed, they win. Eldar, if all the craft worlds work together with the Exodite worlds, then the Eldar can probably win too. Dark Eldar, if they decided they wanted to invade... Actually, the Dark Eldar have already won. But if they decided they wanted to invade the universe, they probably could. Chaos gets a win via Deus Ex Machina. Imperium gets anime protagonist platform as compensation. You can't complain. Need to wait for a small biomass. Yes. Tyranids might just win anyway because, you know, we don't. If the Tyranids are as big as everyone fears they are, then there's no beating them. Not without some weird Necron involvement. Deus Ex Machina involvement. Oh, Elder God coming back. Machina involvement. Of the Emperor coming back. And even then, it's not entirely certain they could still beat the Tyranids. The Leagues of Votan, I think, are already kind of in their winning scenario. No, they were for years, and now they're kind of out of it because the Imperium, the galaxy got split in half. Tau don't really have a chance of winning. If they can keep advancing without anyone really stopping them, then they can win. They just need to make sure no one stops them. But that's a big ask. Hello, Horizon Wanderer. Long time no see. Just got my bloodied kill team primed and ready to play. Nice! What's a bloodied kill team? I don't know which one that is. Chaos Guard. Oh, I love those guys. I don't have them, but they're cool looking. What was the other faction winning scenario? Imperium's strongest weapons are named Space Marines. Named Space Marine equals either unkillable or being able to kill one whole enemy fleet. Space Marine 1, Space Marine 2. Yeah, but every single chapter, every single faction except Tyranids in that respect does have that kind of protagonist.
Yes, galaxy at large, fight amongst yourself. Don't notice the blue fish goats taking over this bit. Yeah,
that's what the Tau just have to keep hoping that they don't get noticed. Because as long as they don't get noticed, they can advance technology quickly enough. Although what I do find funny about the most recent retcons, which came with the Leagues of Votan, is that much of the Tau technology actually was sold to them by the Votan, which means that it's actually old human tech. We're just using old human tech like everybody else in the galaxy, it feels like. Oh.
Tau? You mean dishonorable fish people who can't fight with a sword?
Actually, the Tau can fight with swords. It's crazy. Have you seen their battle suit? Especially if they go for one of the fusion blasters, that can be quite a good melee weapon. And Shadow Sun. But now if you go in for lore in terms of like, if you're the protagonist of a 40k book and it's not called for Last Chances, you're generally going to be pretty powerful. And even if it is called for Last Chances, yeah, you're still going to have god levels of plot armor. Now, because the Imperium is the Imperium of, you know, humanity, most of the books are from the perspective of, you know, humans and space marines. But yeah, if you ever read a book like from the Eldar point of view, it's like, oh my gosh, this named Eldar is so powerful. Oh my gosh, this named character is so powerful. Like, how is this Eldrad just a god? And then he goes onto a battlefield in tabletop and he's like, how come you're no longer capable of controlling like an entire planet? With 6 guys, just pause them in time or something. You've done it to entire planets before, why not now? Exercise time. Never. Farsight booking for trend and playing Ronin. If you know, you know. Oh yeah, he also has a sword. All Nid-named characters: Old One-Eye, Swarmlord, Deathleap from Red Terror, and Doom of Malentine. If you like the blue one. Oh yeah, the Doom of Malentine is ridiculous. That's probably the most overpowered Tyranid named character. Destroyed an entire craft world. You also get Chaos Space Marines can get those ridiculous levels of plot armor too, as long as they're named characters. As we were, oh yeah, like in Combat Patrol, we were reading for Combat Patrol, and we had that story of a Chaos Space Marine, and it's like, how is this Chaos Space Marine fighting all of these Eldar? For unnamed Chaos Space Marines in it, we're just getting torn to pieces as easy as they, you know, you'd expect. In fact, even easier than you'd expect. But the named one is just like kills a Psyker, no problem. And it's like, yeah, the named guy, you did it somehow. What theme PM has the most named characters? That being said, I still go with the idea that, do you know other books? Hi, Dr. Smilex. Or I'll just propaganda. You can't take them seriously. So it's like, in the book, it would say this dude won this battle so easily. Yeah, he killed so many people by himself. He fought for Swarmlord. But in reality, he like killed 10 Tyranids. And the strongest one he killed was actually a Warrior Prime. But the story about it, like, has him fighting Swarmlords and hordes of Tyranids. And this is why every time someone fights for Eldar, the Avatar of Cain always comes out and gets smashed. Because they need a big bad thing for him to smash. It's like, what will people believe? Oh, an Avatar of Cain coming out. Yeah. Yeah, our Space Marines killed the full god of war off the Eldar. Look how pathetic the Xenos are. Yeah, but Mortrex is not counted as named. Sad. I don't think any of the Tyranids are truly named, but yeah, you don't get the epic hero character. But what you did used to be able to get the Mortrex one, but it was incredibly overpowered. I don't think they'd ever bring it back, or at least not with the same rules. It had the similar rules to the Neurofolk now, but just more over the top. Mainly, I think its attacks and its strength and its number of attacks were equal to its number of wounds. And every time it healed, it could heal past its current number of wounds, up to 10. So it could have strength 10, 10 attacks, and 10 wounds. And it could heal. And this was back when strength 10 was the maximum strength and toughness 10 was the maximum toughness, but you saw no one with toughness 10. It was like mostly toughness 7. Oh, I think some apocalyptic stuff like Titans had toughness 9. Yeah, it doesn't have an epic hero keyword. It used to. This was years ago, though, back in like 4th edition or something like that. But it was the most powerful, over-top character in the game. Oh, the other thing is when people took a leadership test and they failed, they didn't take like D3 wounds. They took as many wounds as they failed it by. out of every single wound they took, with no saves against them, by the way, it would gain 1 wound back. Or just 1 wound if it's already at full wounds. So yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. Forgot to mention, I just got back into the game. My knight slaughtered filthy necrons, but my blooded kill team got slaughtered by Eldar. Oh. Yeah, I'm glad you destroyed the filthy necrons, and it's sad about your kill team, but I imagine a bunch of filthy cultists would easily get killed by some Eldar. Fireside doesn't get epic hero, but Swarmlord One Iron, Deathleap and Red Terror, long may he rest, have it. Now we can run 3 more Trexes. I want Parasite Tan to get a date to sheet update. Maybe. Maybe. I want, you know, the Malkador tanks. I want them to get a date to sheet update, because my Malkador Infernus is incredibly pathetic. It needs a date to sheet update. Maybe with a Leffen Furl. Unlikely, but maybe.
Macarius impotent.
No, Macarius impotent. No, it's a Malkador Infernus. Okay, how is the blacks looking? I'll have to do the white now on his skull. My favourite model to play is Mortar. It's got impregnating Tyranids. Oh yeah, Parasites and Mortrex. Oh wait, was I talking about Mortrex? Or was it the other thing I was talking about? Oh no, I was talking about the other guy. Yeah, do you know the guy who's a neurophobe now? I was talking about him, sorry. I'm an insane person, don't worry about it. Yeah, Parasites and Mortrex. I don't think, maybe it will get a, what's it called? An epic hero version. I don't think it needs it. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Tyranids. I think epic heroes. I think a Swarmlord sort of makes sense, but I do like that fact that the Parasite one is just a character that can be summoned now. I think all of them should be characters that can just be summoned. Now, I don't hate heroes. I just hate the Tyranids having heroes. Like, it makes more sense for Tyranids just to be able to, like, repeatedly appear and disappear with any of the characters. And, like, bring out multiple of them. Swarming needs to be bigger in stats. Maybe. Yeah, Swarmlord doesn't seem that great anymore now that you got the models. But if he gets bigger stats, then he'll be Primarch level, basically. And I think they want to keep him from Primarch. Oh, but he kind of already is Primarch level. But I do feel they want to keep him from being like, something that your basic Space Marines characters couldn't take on. Deathleap is just a lictor of 4+ invulnerable save and 1 extra wound. That is the only difference. Yeah. I do have a lictor model now I need to build. And Neuro lictor. Like, I have the actual models now. I don't want Wraithbone. Didn't want Pallid Witch Flesh. There we go, Wake Off Flesh. Warlord is okay because of the newest update. He is cheaper. The only way to get extra CP. Would like to see him get multi-shooting profile and feel no pain. No more Yippee elixir. No, I do have my Yippee elixir still. It's right here. I'm just also gonna have a I want to have a normal Nick Neuro elixir to be able to compare it to. Aren't the two of them next to one another? It's just because I have 9 not Von Ryan's Leapers. And I have the Neuro Lictor. I feel like I'd need a normal Lictor and a just to round it all out. More things here. Okay. Yeah. Things just need to be rounded out personally. No, I need because of now I've got every single type of lictor. That's it. Other than the Death Leaper, I'm not really interested in because, as I said, I'm not a big fan of that type of thing. Okay, then I need to get some like skeleton hard color onto this thing. I think Swarmlord should have a rule being able on a 5+ to redirect incoming attacks that targets him to nearby friend models since he's the center of a swarm. Oh, like for old In for Way saves. No, Look Out Sir saves, that's it. It used to be, and I think this was for Tyranid models as well, like Hive Tyrants. Where if your model is targeted, because this was before where you could just move the wounds to something else. But if your model is targeted, you could always do a Lookout Sir or In for Way save so that one of the other models in the unit could take the damage instead. Even if they did try to like position it out of the unit. Whereas also back when you could only attack models that were in base contact with you. You could only attack models that you had sight lines to. So if you had like, now at the moment, if you got terrain here, you're here, you want to fire at this unit. You can't see anyone here, but you shoot him. You'd have to shoot him, or him, because those are the only ones you can see. But nowadays, you can go, okay, I don't want this guy to die, so I'm going to kill off this random neophyte here. You can choose to do that. But back then you couldn't. And if your named character was here, they could just choose to shoot your named character in the face. And yes, also you had to do a Lookout Sir, so he'd jump in the way and take the shot. It's interesting. Skeleton Horde. Takes the Gene Stealer cult rule for the character focus detachment. Control C, Control V. Makes sense that a hive mind would send weaker bugs to take the hits that target the greater bugs. Rules should only apply to models / units in synapse. Personally, I think it'd have to be inside the unit to take it. Because as cool as it does sound like half the other bugs jump into the way, the reason the Lookout Sir model rule applied was because they're close enough to actually jump in the way. Because like they're in base contact with him. This Skeleton Horde does not look very skeleton-y, does it? Looks like a paint pot to me. Well, how does it look? Oh, it's tasty. I'm joking, I didn't drink it. That would taste awful. There we go. Prefer the choice of known oil personally. Oh, goodness. I'm gonna have to known oil this a little bit more, but how is he looking now? He's looking okay. His armor, the blacks of his armor do look quite dark. What about on his backpack? Did we do that? Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, okay. We can put him next to the finished pile over here. I did one of... I can't remember which one I did. Thank God I feel no pain of 5++ when they are leading, I'm pretty sure. Checks, yeah. Oh. Let's say Termagant unit is Synapse, but not in Synapse Swarm Lawn for the rule doesn't apply. So what you basically want to say is any model within 6 inches of the Swarm Lord should be able to... Whenever he gets hit, roll a dice, or whenever this unit is targeted by an enemy's attack, and they roll a successful hit, roll a dice on a 5+, you can change the target of that attack to a model within 6 inches range. A friendly Tyranid model within 6 inches range. 9 inches. That's a bit far, to be honest. I'd cut it to like 3 or 6 inches. I'd also definitely just keep it as like inches so it doesn't confuse it, because if it's within a certain range of Swarm Lord, it's going to be within Synapse range anyway. It doesn't really matter. Oh, it has to be a unit that is not battle shocked as well. So it can be make it a stratagem. That would work way better. Oh yeah, I think this was the model I'd painted already, but there are a few bits I had missed a little bit though. Swarmlord detachment sounds sick though, yeah. No, he does count as a hive tyrant, doesn't he? So if you made a thing that targets specifically a hive tyrant, so if a hive tyrant is targeted by an attack, or Swarmlord is targeted by a ranged attack from an enemy unit, all attacks made from that unit targeting the Swarmlord on a 5+, or targeting a hive tyrant of a Swarm Lord can be moved to a unit that's within 6 inches of a targeted unit. It'll be something like that. Actually, since it's a stratagem, I'll just make it so that any attacks targeting the Swarm Lord from that unit have to go to this other unit instead. Of its turn, all attacks targeting the Hive Tyrant's unit of a Swarm Lord's unit goes. Maybe all attacks. That'll be fun. Those stratagems are meant to be a bit pretty powerful, aren't they? Redirecting could be good. I'd want to keep the range relatively short though, so it can't be abused too heavily, and to make it just feel a bit more realistic. Oh god. Would be very strong if it lasted an entire turn or phase. Yeah. Make it so it's just one enemy unit can't target for Hive Tyrant or Swarm Lord. And instead all attacks that would be sent to this other unit, even if they can't see that other unit. It would also have to be another thing. Even if they can't see it, it will be pushed to that unit. Oh, spillage, I shook it and it wasn't closed. Oh gosh, I just got very dizzy then. Warmlord is my favourite character. Nah. I did like reading about Old One Eye though. When I was first playing the game and I got like into Tyranids, Old One Eyed was really fun to read about. I think I might still have the codex somewhere. The friendly unit is dead. Long as the targeted models is eligible to shoot and fight that unit. Maybe, that would be good work. Stop throwing models around, you silly goober. You'd have to be very careful with it though. Because, yeah, if you did put like a card effect or maybe even like a non-emissary or something as the target, then they'd have a very hard time. I mean, anything shooting at the Swarm Lord would likely be relatively heavy hitting anyway. But yeah, like non-emissary. Is it for emissary I'm thinking of? Or is it for your simulator? Very, very tough with that invulnerable save and so on. This does have a similar stratagem, but it's only for fight phase. Fight phase would definitely weaken such a strat. I think others also have a stratagem to save characters. I'm not sure if guardsmen do. Would make sense for them too. Okay, there we go. Just put a Tyrant Guard in the Swarm Lord, toughness 8 plus 5 and 5 plus. Yeah. That honestly makes the most sense. I don't think you'd get a stratagem like that for him, simply because Tyrant Guard do exist, and really tough Tyranid models also exist. Like, him in a Tyrant Guard unit is going to be very hard to deal with. Although don't the Tyrant Guard move much slower than him or something like that? After the Death Guard Codex reveal anything is possible. Yeah, the Death Guard were crazy. People are like, oh, they're not that powerful, but I'm like, no, they are super powerful. And now people are starting to realize, yeah, they are super powerful. Death Guard have always been like that, though. Where every so often Games Workshop decides to go, you know what? Let's see how powerful we can make the Death Guard. Like, back even before they had their own codex and they were just Plague Marines. It's like, oh, why is the Meta Chaser suddenly gone Plague Marines? Oh yeah, because Plague Marines had a massive update and boosted with the new codex. Well, Nurgle in general, honestly. Nurgle was really insane at one point. I still think Neurogaunt should be able to attach to stuff like a secondary character. Yeah. Maybe. The issue with doing that, I don't think there's any reason to do so. Like, people already don't want to attach Neurogaunts to characters because they're toughness free. And no character is that weak. Death Guard Codex is so busted right now, it's true. The Thousand Sun ones wasn't bad, but it felt balanced. World Eaters, people complained about it, but I think it's perfectly balanced. I think it's... The only thing to complain about is basically what they did to Angron. Was it Angron? The Primarch, the Demon Primarch. That's Angron, isn't it? Yeah, he really should... He should get his strength back. It's weird him being weak. Everyone complains about everything. It's like, I was really excited about all the new stuff we're showing. I couldn't... The only people I thought might be complaining would be Iron Hands. The Iron Hands ones actually seemed happy. Everyone else was just complaining about things. It's like, Reddit, can you stop complaining for 5 seconds? No, but I guess for World Eaters are bit complaining because, you know, it kind of sucks to, you know, have your current tactics nerfed. But they got they become plenty strong otherwise. It's fine. World Eater complains about everything. No, I mean, it is lore accurate. Emperor's Children, I think, are rightful to complain that they're the only codex that doesn't get access currently to the things like Predators. And, you know, normal stuff. They have so few unit options compared to the other codexes. I did enough complaining for the Iron Hands. Yeah. No, a bunch of Iron Hands people were pretty upset, but a surprisingly large amount of them are like, actually, no, I like this. I'm just hoping that it actually does come with the upgrades, but I think a Combat Patrol should always come with a chapter's upgrades, boo. But the only one I can see evidence of that for is the Imperial Fist. I almost called him Imperial Knight. Exalted 8-bound 155 points to 3, whilst Death Shroud 144. Yeah, when you're comparing units to one another, I can definitely see why people would complain. But that's not because the 8-bound are bad, it's because the blooming Death Shroud are just underpointed. I think the 8-bound are faster, but the Death Shroud get Deep Strike. And they're tough enough where they don't have to care about the fact that they're slower. I mean, you've always got your meta chasers saying this isn't meta, try winning it, it's not meta, and it's like, one, things don't have to be meta, and two, just because something's not good in the meta doesn't mean it's not actually good. It's just that the meta's built against it. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! You have certain decks that, once the meta changed, an old deck suddenly became super powerful. It's not because it's got upgraded or whatever, or it's now really good. It's just because the things that countered it were no longer considered meta, and the new meta didn't counter it. And the same actually goes into 40k as well to some extent. If what people are playing counter your playstyle, then you can't really do that playstyle. If it doesn't though, Death Shard, given how tanky they are, can go up to 30 points a unit. It's insane. Yeah. I always talk about doing it as my excited for custom rules, so I have posted on Discord Warhammer channel my own custom nid detachment. Ooh. I'll check it out later. So I can keep painting and reading. Oh, but if you want to read it, go join the Discord. And don't forget to like the stream. Every like on the stream is another prayer to the Omnisire. And the Emperor. Or whatever god you worship. That increasing stats in exchange for risk of suffering mortal wounds. Also a bit like Chaos Space Marines. With the Dark Pact. Well, that's less of a stat increase and more of just hey, here's get lethal hits or sustained hits. Although if you play with a detachment for them, you can get crits on a 5+ as well with whatever you choose. That's what my army is about for my Night Lords. I decided to make them cultists. Yeah, but more flavour, and you can stack boost as much as you want. But you'll suffer more mortal wounds at the start of the command phase. Ah. Definitely want limits to it though. Some people are upset about it, but I'm generally quite happy that Games Workshop have moved away from their old-fashioned, let's say for old-fashioned, an old way of doing things, which was sometimes they're just like, hey, you want to play this army? Hey, here's an army rule for the army that you have to play with. That's entirely negative. Very, very thematic, but entirely negative. Like orcs and goblins in Old World and like trolls and stuff. Just constantly fighting one another instead of fighting your opponent. Very thematic, very funny, but at the same time, yeah, it's very upset when you actually want to have a proper battle and your entire army just constantly fights itself. And there's no really balancing it because it's all random chance. It's like, if you make them too cheap for that army rule, then if the opponent gets lucky and doesn't fight themselves much at all, then they're going to just be too powerful. But if you make them too expensive based on the stats, well, if they get unlucky, where they spend most of the game fighting themselves, it doesn't matter how good the stats are. They're not going to be able to compete at that price. In fact, if you max your mutations to 5 mortal wounds at the start of your command phase, oof. 5 mortal wounds is insane. There we go. How's he looking? He's looking okay. This sleeve needs to be here. So how bad are darn good currently? Is it oppressive, or are we talking about start of edition Eldar, where they had a 75% win rate and 25% loss, was some for 50-50 against other Eldar? I don't think it's hit the win rate yet. But I'm not entirely sure. Just from an outsider's point of view, they do seem a bit insane. Death Guard is not 25 mortal wounds and over what good. Yeah. I mean, they're still very beatable, it's just... feels like an uphill battle. Definitely compared to how the other Chaos factions were treated. I hear they're very annoying to play against, but that's always kind of been the case with the plagues. Start of 10th Eldar was suppressively good. Death Guard is just cheap for what they do, and some strats need to be 2 command points. Yeah. I don't know how Eldar were at the start of 10th. I know that at the moment Black Templars have a pretty low win rate. But I am partly certain that's because Black Templar are just a very popular faction, especially for newcomers. I think a lot of the win rate is just people new to the game not playing very well. That being said, I do feel like Black Templar do pay unfair prices for things. Points wise. It's like, oh, so people just make Black Templar armies on melee, and it's like, you don't have to. Why do you do that? Facing Eldar starts 10th was following. Set up army, get your opponent, find out if they play Eldar, politely shake hands, take your models off the board, take the L. Anything else was just extra steps. Space Marines are insane with good players. A good way to see it is if every team of a world championship is using that army, then it's very good or busted. Yeah. Now, Black Templars, because they're Codex supplements, you can just build them as normal Space Marines effectively. You don't even have to use a Black Templar detachment. You can use the Space Marine ones. So if Space Marines have a higher win rate than Black Templar, it's most likely just because they're not being built well or played well. That being said, all of our vehicles are 10 points more expensive than the Space Marine equivalents because we get a multi-motor instead of a heavy stubber, and I would not say that's always an upgrade or always useful. We also can't get Psychus, so if Space Marines are winning because of Psychus, then yeah. But I don't think that's the case. Or ever will be the case. I have to remember, these guys I don't need to paint super well, but only generic infantry. I'll try to paint them well enough that they look cool. I feel like I'm constantly being shown up by amazing models on Reddit. Oh yeah, we do lose a better oath of movement. That is true. We can't use the oath of movement moment. A better version of it. We can use a normal version, but that's not as good. A better oath of moment right now is busted. Well, not busted, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I guess we are quite weak. I feel like our litanies, or our vows, need to be a basic thing in addition. And not a detachment rule. If you just give us our litany, our vows or whatever, and we can use them with any detachment, that would be very, very nice. And then make our detachment just improve those vows. Because right now, Space Wolves are pretty powerful, actually, but they've been made more like their own codex in a way. They feel more like a separate codex, rather than a codex supplement. And Dark Angels have loads of extra cool stuff. Like for Death Ring. I appreciate the steam, but I've got to get some rest. Bye-bye, TA. I hope you sleep well. Take care of yourself, too. Oh, gosh, I don't need to paint this guy. He's already fully painted. Where's the other fully painted one? There he is. Okay, move him to the back. Make the litanies for army rule. Now I want to go and look if knife rules with that. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's vows, not litanies. The litanies is for detachment. My lukewarm take is that Space Wolves, Black Templar, Blood Angels, and Dark Angels should get their own books. So rather than a codex supplement, that they have their own full separate rules. Personally, I feel that the Chaos Legion shouldn't have their own rules. There should be codex supplements, just like the Black Templar are. I feel like they lose more flavor that way. Yeah. And I guess so to some extent. But I feel like they should have access to all the normal Space Marine stuff. Like, I don't want my Black Templar to lose access to, let's say, Stern Guard. Because I love Stern Guard. I like the idea of my Black Templar having Stern Guard. But because for a non-melee unit, you're going to have people going, okay, maybe we should lose access to Stern Guard. Because Black Templar are all about that melee. Even though they're not always about that melee. Only sometimes. I don't want to be treated like Emperor's Children either, though. Where suddenly you lose access to half of the units. Like, there really should just be a codex supplement for Chaos Legions. They should all get access to the basic Chaos stuff. I get what they're trying to do, like separating Chaos from the Imperium. But still. Space means vanilla or special flavor already get too much attention. Let's go for the most popular. Get more people to play for other factions instead, and you'll see them get more flavor. Dark Eldar barely get any attention. That's because they're not very popular. They don't play that much, and the people who do play them don't buy as many models as everyone else does, apparently. Or at least not enough to make up for their lack of popularity. Chaos are moderately popular. I love Dark Eldar, they're my favourite faction. So Black Templar and I've got all the Space Marine rules plus vows. Plus reroll advanced charge rolls and 5++ against mortal wounds, considering spells do mortal wounds as damage in 9th. Oh. That's over the top. Now was an interesting time, yeah. Very interesting. Over, I do like the current rules they have now. They feel like the old, you know, 4th edition version of Black Templar. In fact, the vows are the exact same as the 4th edition, pretty much. The other thing is we could actually get rid of the Oath of Moment for Black Templars, but you couldn't do that because then it's like Sternguard and stuff suddenly wouldn't have a special rule. I'd have to like make Black Templar Sternguard. 9th was way too killy. The more I hear about 9th, the more I appreciate 10th, to be honest. Like, I understand why people like it, just I prefer the 10th. 8th edition, especially at the end, was awful. 9th was a weird mix of good and bad changes. 10th is a better of the 3. Yeah, I do feel bad about the loss of customization, though, for 10th. I kind of get it. They're far more focused, I feel like, on tournament play now. I kind of get why they're making changes they are. Just I don't care about tournament play. That being said, now they are focused on tournament play a bit more. They are more interested in making sure the factions are balanced. Which is nice. Because it was annoying whenever a faction came out and it was overpowered. And it would just remain overpowered until the next edition, the next codex came out. I would still start seeing codex creep, so every new codex afterwards had to be similarly powerful. And that wasn't always fun. It could be, but it often wasn't. Like, you go into the thing and you'd be like, oh, everyone's playing tower again. Okay, never mind. I'm just guess I'm gonna lose today. I guess I'm just gonna spend 2 turns sat doing nothing because the tower just gonna win. 9th had a skill flow of knowing your opponent just as much as you knew your own army. Yeah, back in 4th and 5th and 6th, it was. Yeah, that was not what happened. Didn't matter how well you knew your opponent's army, if your opponent's army could just table you in 2 turns anyway. But those 2 turns would each take half an hour, or maybe even an hour. It's like, yeah, I'm playing Black Templar, so my first turn, I'm just going to move my entire army forward. Are you going to do your first turn? It's like, okay, I'm just going to make a hell of a lot of dice rolls. Base means in 8th were laughably crazy with majority of the edition. Blood Angels and Imperial Fists were just auto wins 70% of games. Oof. Whenever I went to a tournament in 9th, it was not about how skillfully you truly were, it was about who got the better shooting lanes. Isn't that why a lot of tournament terrain is how it is now, though? Where you have to have these L pieces set up in specific ways so that there's always a certain shooting lanes and no shooting lanes and so on. So that it's more balanced. Makes for very terrible looking scenery sets, but more balanced gameplay. 10th is quite lethal at the moment due to how Cupcake is played. You definitely need line of sight blocking terrain. Yeah, tiny board now all look the same for balance, yeah. The train evolved from being meaningless in 8 to having buggy broken rules in 9th, to now just being very generic in 10th. I do like the rules a bit in 10th for terrain, in which basically, if you think you might have cover, you definitely have cover. Because the amount of arguments people had back when I used to play about terrain and what type of cover save should you have, and if you have a cover save or not, was just annoying. The way that line of sight gets blocked, though, I do feel is a bit weird. It's like, it's a piece of terrain between you and the enemy, and it's like a certain type. Yeah. Well, line of sight is blocked. It's like I can clearly see from through all the windows of this ruin. No, but it's a ruin, meaning it blocks line of sight. It's like, is that a forest? Yeah, it blocks line of sight. I can clearly see the enemy. No, you don't. Unless it's a Titan or flying unit, in which case you do. But otherwise, no, you don't. Imperial Fist and Tyranids ignored all terrain. That's awful. Why would Imperial Fist ignore terrain? They're the defensive ones, not the siegey ones. I'm just glad I don't need to remember 30 different stats to my army and over 200 for all the armies I might meet. Oof. Obscuring was designed for a reason to standardize rules. Yeah. As I said, I understand it. I do like it in a lot of ways. Like, you only see your enemy now. When it comes to runes with windows, there's no windows on the bottom floor, even if you think there are. Even if it looks like they are, I think that's one of the rules, isn't it, from the top of my head? And if you don't see it if they're not in the terrain. If they're beyond the terrain, you can't see them if the terrain's in the way, even if you think you can. If you are in the terrain, you can see them. If you're in the terrain or they're in the terrain. And if you're in the terrain and you're not on the bottom floor, you can see out of the terrain. Hi, Maureen. Well, one thing I don't like about the rules is now that your base has to be fully on the terrain to be able to go up on a higher floor, which means heavy weapon teams who are on large bases can't go in a lot of windows of a lot of terrain because the floor's not big enough for them, of their base, which is a bit sad. I think some terrain is now like designed specifically so you can put heavy weapons higher up, like Imperial Guard heavy weapon teams. But a lot of older terrain sets, they're just too small for it. Well, that's because back in the day as well, you didn't need to be on the big base of a heavy weapon team. In fact, a lot of people ran heavy weapon teams as 2 guardsmen. One of which was like carrying ammo, and one of which would be have their actual heavy weapon. And they'll be on 2 separate bases, but they'll just be on standard guardsman basis. A lot of my old guards and models are just on non-standard bases as well, because back in the day it didn't really matter. You could choose which. There wasn't a rule saying that you had to be on this specific base. Back in the day, back in my day. Imperial Fist had bonuses to bolt weapons, ignored terrain, 9 sights, and negatives to hit. They could take a couple of units of eliminators and insta-tap any character under 9 wounds. I'm hoping you're being, what's it called, you know, a bit over-exaggeratory. No. Yikes. I'm glad I wasn't in the time of stratagems, because I still barely remember the stratagems of my own armies right now, and there's not many of them. I remember Overwatch, that's about it. I don't know, Space Marines have a thing where you can improve your... No, reduce your opponent's AP by 1. And there's also another one that allows me to add a foul to a unit for 1 turn. Eliminated bolt rifles at 36-inch range, doing 3 shots apiece, hitting on 2s, wounding infantry on 2s, doing 2 damage per shot with AP 3/4. 3 or 4. D3 mortals on 6s. Oof. Same with Law Discard, since with average output of 15 mortal wounds on anything before taking any saves. Ooh. Law Discard didn't do mortal wounds. Think about the Chainsaw Lord, Flames of Spite, and Ulkar for Black. Ah. I remember Gene Stealers being pretty scary. Because they each had, I think, 3 attacks, which in a time when almost every model had only 1 attack, or 2 if you gave them a pistol and combat weapon. And on a 6 to hit, they automatically wounded and ignored armor saves, I think it was. Oh no, it wasn't. 6 to wound what ignored armor saves, and was another thing that if you rolled a 6 to hit, you didn't have to roll to wound. Also, was it rending ignore on roll to... No, it might have been a roll to hit or rending. Automatically wound, ignore all armor saves. And Space Marines only had 1 wound, so it was pretty scary to play them with Space Marines. And Terminators only having 1 wound and a 5+ invulnerable. Oh. Wasn't such thing as a mortal wound. And an invulnerable save could be taken against pretty much any sort of wound he had, unless specifically mentioned otherwise. level can he stand? Oh. I have no idea what you guys are talking about, so... There we go. Let me get a bigger brush out with this guy. How's he looking though? Looking pretty snazzy. Looking pretty snazzy, my man. Oh, I see something. Your arms there, it's all white. Oh, I hadn't got this with the brush before, had I? There we go. Oh, yeah, see, this is where you need a brush here. Oh, white under your arm here. The shoulder pad had protected it. The camera showed me. It shone brightly on the camera and I caught it. Okay, we're looking good. This cross needs to definitely be painted. A Maltese cross, they call it. I call it the Templar cross. Looking cool, looking snazzy. I think in 40k, we should have characters use words like snazzy. Say in 40,000 years, language circled back round to make snazzy an in term. Actually, has snazzy ever been out of fashion? I don't think so. Snazzy will always be an in fashion term. Eighth and 9th had relic changes. Snazzy will always be the snazziest word. It's true. It's true. But I think orcs use the word snazzy, actually. Because that does sound like an orky word, doesn't it? Snazzy. Imagine it in an orc voice. Oh, snazzy days. Got some snazzy axe you got. Snazzy axe. What that gun you loot? It looks snazzy. Yeah, the looters of snaz guns, yes. We got some snazzy guns here. Like what you got there? What did you loot from that tower? I don't know, but it's snazzy. Oh, I love, you know, this is why we have orcs. And orcs will always be the coolest. You got everyone else trying to be an edgelord and trying to be like, oh, look how cool I am. I'm amazing. It's like, I'm so dark and mysterious, and the orcs just here like, hey, look at my snazzy shooter. Orcs always winning, it's true. It's true. Except when they get given a nice shooty detachment and Games Workshop decides they need to, you know, nip it in the bud. They're like, orcs shooting well? This can't be right. Which, to be fair, their shooty detachments have been pretty powerful in the past. And in need of the nerf that they got. Although maybe sometimes they get a bit over nerf. This Games Workshop loves over nerfing stuff. Hey, is that good? Yeah. Is it too good? Maybe. Well, you know what? I'm gonna set it on fire. What? Why? Because it's good. Too good. You have to burn it when it's too good. Burn it to the ground. Destroy it. GW classic triple nerf. Common GW triple nerf. To be fair, I don't think most of the nerfs are too bad. It's definitely a lot of people just over complaining about being nerfed. But some of them, it's like the last arc nerf they did to them, it made them. It was rather pointless what they did. It's like, hey, we made your weapon assault. Now it's like, yeah, our weapons were always assault. Every weapon in the arcs were already assault. Complaint. Yeah, that's actually one of the reasons why I initially left the hobby, because I was just getting upset by just how much people complained. I needed some more happiness in my life, not more complaining. I need to learn to stay away from the Reddit. Although that being said, the Reddits aren't as bad as the complaining back when I was playing. It just reached a certain point of just a hobby was just unfun because of the hobbyists playing it. Or at least around me. That being said, Warhammer becoming mainstream, more mainstream, I think actually has been good for the hobby all in all. Generally a lot more open and welcoming than before. And hobbyists in general are a lot more open to, you know, people playing. Like being a woman trying to play, or girl really, back when I was playing. Decided to leave Reddit and have been clean for 2 months now. Couldn't be happier. People equals generally good. Yeah. I'm actually surprised. I know Warhammer's really expensive, but I'm surprised that it's not more expensive than it is right now. Because I was looking at like the price increases of plastic, right? And all the taxes, like especially in Britain, of using plastic and stuff. And tax increases and just general increases in prices of everything else. And I was calculating it all from when I left for hobby to now. And I realised it's actually gotten cheaper. Like, sure, for money, it's become more expensive in terms of everything's more money now. Well, if you take into account inflation and all the price increases of plastic just generally, Warhammer's cheaper than it used to be. And I think that's just because it's more popular now, so they can actually afford to sell it at a cheaper price and still make the same profit, and still make profits. Where I remember when I was playing, there was the issues of sometimes they release a new sculpt and it would take so long to pay off the expense of making the sculpt that they were struggling, and for fears of Games Workshop shutting down. No, but that's the thing, is back when I was playing, it's like, it was becoming very expensive just because they needed to make it more expensive because they just weren't selling enough to keep it profitable. And then The Hobbit did not make it good. The Hobbit came out and they made obviously loads and loads of sculpts for The Hobbit, and it did not sell anywhere near as well as it had to. And because like any models that they do sell, a percentage of it's going to New Line Cinema and not to Games Workshop, meant that they had to sell more of them and they were selling less of them. And the entire thing was just... Games Workshop did not do very well back then. Yeah, I need to clean myself of Reddit. I mean, I do keep using Reddit because of VTubing. And it's a very useful platform to have. Especially since I completely quit Twitter pretty much. Every so often I just go on because of fellow VTubers and stuff, or artists. But all I do is use it to basically repost something and then just leave again. Or comment on something and leave again. Oh, God. But yeah, I need to keep myself off Reddit. There's too much negative. That being said, every time I see the negativity now, I'm just like, you know what? I'm leaving Reddit. And then 5 minutes later, I'm accidentally opening up Reddit again because it's just muscle memory to be like, I'm kind of bored. What do I do? Open Reddit up. Oh. Which is why sometimes it helps to move around like apps or whatever on your phones or computer, so that it breaks up your muscle memory. Of doing stuff. There we go. That's you done. So far, I've done today 6 models. That's it. And we did spend an hour going over a preview. I don't use Reddit, but I feel like going on there requires popcorn. Maybe most red subreddits become, what's it called? Circles. I can't remember what they call them. But basically become a thing where it's an echo chamber. That's it, echo chamber. So rather than seeing lots of people arguing with one another, you'll effectively... You're more likely just to see one person state a negative opinion, everyone else just starts stating the exact same negative opinion. And it's like, you don't see as much celebration. People just want to... People enjoy being negative about stuff and saying things suck. Which is actually exactly what I'm doing right now, actually. I should probably stop that, to be honest. But yeah. So I'm here complaining about how much Reddit complains because I love complaining that much. I heard you like complaining, so put some complaining about you complaining. So you can complain while you complain. Oh, that's great. Absolute cinema. No, I guess you do get a few argumenty stuff, but people aren't always whatsoever having the same negative, exact same opinions as one another. And that it's not actually that bad. Like, a lot of the time, the reason I keep going back is because a lot of the time Reddit is pretty fun. It's a place where people share their love for a hobby or whatever, of the same thing that you like. And people indulge in it. And it's nice to be part of that, the conversations and stuff. But sometimes it just can become such a negative thing, and it's like, but that's why I keep going back, really. It's because it's like, I really like these things. Let's go to the Reddit about these things. Overall, sharing our love for models. And you see like cool paint schemes of armies and cool conversions. And that's great. That's Reddit at its best. And like people sharing for ideas. It's like, what do you think's gonna happen? Or what would you like to happen in this thing? It's like, oh yeah, that's fun. It's like, what's your favourite character? What's your favourite models? What's your favourite kit bash? Every like on this stream is another kit bash. It's another bash of a kit. I just realised I picked up another guy with a power fist. How did I do that without realising? Redditors should set to their differences in proper ways at dawn. Pistols, 12 paces. Never. That will require going out and touching grass, Anthony. We're not doing that. Maybe in Among Us. Is there a dueling mod in Among Us yet? That would be fun. That would be very fun. Everyone loves cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers. I'd pass these today. Oh yeah. My parents were out. But like, hey, do you want to get it? Do you want us to pick up anything for you while you're out? And I'm like, can you get me a couple of pasties? And they're like, sure. And I'm like, yeah, pasties. I had a sausage and bean melt. Very tasty sausage and beans, you know. Very tasty indeed. Probably not great for my digestion, but you know, who cares? Ah, no, it's not too bad. I needed some extra, whatever, fibre and stuff for a little bit. Shouldn't have much, but you still need at least a minimum amount every so often. My stomach condition. Absolute action. Action? I keep whacking my headphones against my microphone every time I lean in. I apologise. I'm back. How is it going? We've painted 6 other models up. We're working on the 7th. We're just trying to make the blacks look more black. You know. Removing some of the errors I've made in the past of these models. Ah, great, great. Need to figure out how to make these lanterns look like lanterns. Cupworm. Ah! Ah! I'm a worm! No! I'm a snaky looking worm. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. I'm a cute little snake. Cuptle, you're looking at me like you're disappointed that you can't eat me because I'm not a banana. Wait, iOS, have you seen the new thing that's on for banana for when I turn into a banana? Also, thanks for yeeting something at my face, you crazy egg. Throwing things at me. I'm about to play Total Warhammer 2. Choose a faction for me. Goblins! Scarsnick. Yeah. Or play as, if you got one of the mods that he allows you to play as a minor faction, just play as a minor faction goblin. No, I haven't been in for a bit. Oh, well, after this turns off, I'm going to go into banana mode. And I'll show you the cool thing. Of Cuptle trying to eat the banana. Okay, Scarsnick it is. Yeah. I love goblins. Goblins are their bestest. Either that, I'll play for Empire with only horses. Because, you know, horses are cute. And horses are fun. A horse a day keeps the doctor away. Nay, nay, nay. My request go into the jail. Okay, where are you, IRS? Wait. There you go. There you go. Are you happy, IRS? Are you happy up there? I hope you are. You're welcome. Don't know why you want to go to jail, but here we are. The IRS is in jail for trying to tax the population of Cuptopia. Scarsnick squig only. Oh, if you're playing, what's his name? You play as Iron. Oh, what is his name? Iron Claw. That could be a very viable run doing squig only. I remember killing Scarbrand when Iron Claw first came out, and we just had a squig army to defend the southern border. And Scarbrand was getting on a case, and we just squigged him to death. That was hilarious. Actually, on the channel for that battle. You're an angel. You're an angel. Oh yeah, you got your little wings. Exercise time. Oh gosh, I need to give myself a little rest. Oh, I wonder if they've made any announcements yet on the website. And don't forget to like the stream, everybody. I like on the stream. I'd have to fight you. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it for today. No more announcements. Just here's all the pre-orders for today. Oh, look at all those flesh hounds. They're adorable. Those are some small flesh hounds. Are they the same? Yeah, they're the same size as these ones. Oh, I got Karnak there though. Oh. Deathbringer. It's a cool model, but it feels very boring for a single model. I thought that's just like the commander of a unit, not like... Like, he feels much more like a main character for a Karn thing. Hi, Mal. Oh, that's a cool model back there. Oh, that's cool. I like that. New dice. New overlords. I'm back. Hi. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Banana. Oh, no, I forgot how I can. What's this? What did you forget? What did you forget, Bob? The Beagie's head. Look at this! Wonder if a plastic fell blade will be out. No idea, personally. You forgot how you can like? Oh, no. I do think the weird balloons they have on the back are very silly for the overlords. Oh yeah, we're getting female dwarves now. I'm happy about that. The TARDIS! I'm being eaten! Save me! Save me! No! Oh, they got the old trees. The old trees are back. Oh! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All this terrain is made to... Oh! Oh my goodness, look at all this terrain. That's so cool. Oh! I didn't know if I had that. Also, what's this? Hammers of Ulrich. Okay. Wait, is that a fantasy book? It is. Warhammer Old World. Oh! That's cool. All of Cadia is in French now. Guys, hear me out. What do you need to be heard out about? Warhammer for... No. New and exclusive. Made to
I got
order.
to do it. The dwarves couldn't get taller, so they decided to float. Right in the book I go.
I mean, you're not wrong, though. You're not wrong. Oh, look at these altars. These are so cool. I want to get these. These are like would be good for Tomb King terrain, you know. I know it's Age of Sigmar terrain, but it looks cool as Tomb King. Oh. I wonder what's under new releases then. Got the terrain, Sanctify is still, these things are still kind of new. Okay. Okay. Oh, they still got the Deepkin dice. Oh. And there's a Death Master 14 quid. I can buy them off the Warhammer website now. Nice. Space Wolf dice are sold out. Typhon is sold out again. That is cool. I hope they continue doing what they did with Typhon. Effectively, what happened with Typhon is they released it. A lot of oh, what do they call it? Scalpers bought it, and then they released another batch of it, so that you could basically get a non-scalped version if you missed the original. And because it was a surprise release, the second one of re-releasing it, it stayed up for a lot longer. And so it's just another way of beating the scalpers. If Games Workshop just keeps randomly re-releasing without warning sets that are limited edition, it will help defeat the scalpers. And then scalpers might not want to continue scalping Warhammer stuff because, you know, they never know when they're going to lose money on it. But yeah, this guy definitely needs painting up. Look how he looks dusty. That's what needs to be fixed on him. They look just... Oh wait, no, never mind. He's just been sat here wanting to be painted so long he is... I'm joking. I'm joking. He's not actually dusty. We just need to get rid of that dusty effect on him. and neaten up all the painting I've actually already done. If we all look at, we also need to get this power sword painted as a power sword. Our power fist looking like power fist. What if? Guys, hear me out. What if? You need to tell us. Why for Warhammer does Skarsnik start so far from 8 peaks? Oh yeah, in Warhammer 2 he starts miles away from it because he starts next to France, doesn't he? I forgot about that. And because in Warhammer 3 he starts near Carrick Cadwin and the Dwarven King, so it's just a straight shot down south to Carrick 8 peaks pretty much. But the reason he starts so far away is that he was kicked out of 8 peaks and he has the assault set up in a safer place away from where the other orcs were. Because he's not big and tough, he's afraid of being killed by the other orcs and goblins, mainly the orcs. So he sets himself up further away where there's still a lot of goblins though. So that he becomes a dominant warlord in the area. And then he gets an army big enough that he can go and get 8 peaks back. What was it's meant to, so it's a long-term campaign goal. So you don't just finish it instantly. Which you can do now in Warhammer 3 just by kill the Dwarven King immediately, then confederate the Orc tribe that starts directly south of you. So right now that's just basically Ironclaw. And then just confederate the 8 pit, the Gits, the traitors, and bing bang boom, you've got Carrick 8 peaks. Mutinous Gits, that's the word. The Carrick 8 peaks mutinous Gits. You can do it within like 6 turns, maybe even less. So, but in Warhammer 2, it takes much longer. You have to first get hold of the mountains. Then you have to make sure you're not going to be destroyed, which, because you got wood elves right on your border, there's a good chance. And because of you got the Khal right on your border, that's also another good chance. So you need to basically beat up Khal, beat up the wood elves. Or at least badly enough that they're not going to stop you as you move south into Solland. Take over the mountains there. Then move into the Badlands, and then you can take 8 peaks. I'm just saying, if we burn the bakery, we can make it into a Warhammer room and be free from Conjuror suppression. That's another vat. No. What? It's all. This is basically already a Warhammer room. Look at it. Look at all this Warhammer. There's no hammers, but there's a lot of war. How are these guys looking? How does this guy look? He's cool. He's cool. He's a chaplain. Look at my chaplain. Isn't he amazing? Yeah. Oh gosh, my tummy is not being happy with me right now. That's a bit stupid. I would make it so that he has to hold 8 peaks for a set amount of turns. Yeah, that could work. Although I don't think there's much going to stop you unless, like... It would be fun if I had, after you get hold of 8 peaks, it starts spawning armies that will start attacking you, like Orcs, Skaven, and so on. That would be pretty fun. But right now, Clan Mors also starts closer to 8 peaks in Warhammer 3, so you'll be at war with Clan Mors almost immediately, and it's almost always going to have most of its focus against you.
The war is between her desire to paint and her desire to visit the website. The hammer is _cupconbonk.
Don't bonk me, you meanies. You meanies. But anyway, I'm going to give you a big old love heart. Look how smashed up this glove is. It's got big old holes in it. Big old holes. But anyway, big old love heart to you guys. And thanks for coming to the stream. It's been nice having you here. Not overrunning as much as you... Oh, thanks for their head pats. Thanks for their head pats, Mel. Although it might be a bit of a waste being as I'm ending the stream now. Well, thanks for popping in, everybody. Remember to work hard, play harder, eat good food, sleep well, dream of cupcakes, but don't eat for cupcakes as a friend's not food, and take care of yourselves and be kind to others. You know? And all that good stuff. But also, remember, tomorrow, same time, we're going to be painting for these guys more. I'll try to get more done off stream again. Next week on Wednesday, I'm hopefully, I think, going to be watching Superman, and also I'm going to be getting blood tests, so I won't be able to stream that day. Thursday, I'm still going to just take us a day off normally anyway. And we might just finish the horse campaign on Monday. Ow. Ow. Nom nom. Look, Cuptle just appears when you say nom. Aha. Right, thank you everybody. Love you all. And, you know, I hope you have a good rest of your day. How do I end the stream again? This button. Whee! Ah! And don't forget to leave a like.